Hello everyone, thank you for joining me on another episode of Route X Lap Attack. We're going to be using the 2014 Corvette Stingray, and I kind of feel bad because when I was testing this car, the Mach 1, I said I was going to do the Hyundai Genesis, the GR4 variation, and I completely forgot about that and did the Corvettes. So, actually I want to do manufacturer, I'll get to the Corvette faster. So after I test the 2014 Stingray, I will then finally get to the GR4 Genesis that I said I was going to do after I tested the Mach 1. I am sorry for any confusion that I may or may not have caused among you guys, but hopefully you will enjoy this episode as any other episode. This is kind of like the 69 Corvette I tested over with the blue paint and the red wheels. Only difference is that there is an arrow and a stripe. I find the racing stripes really cool, but I wanted to try and do something creative that no one has ever done, and that was to have an arrow at the other end of the racing stripe. The 69 Corvette that we tested in the previous episode got 20th place, and if I remember correctly, I believe the time was a 5:18. We'll find out once we're finished. This car, like the others I tested, will obviously not be taking first place, but it's not quite time yet to find a replacement for the Genji edition of the Honda NSX. We might end up getting in the top 5 though. We could be either the Viper or the Hurricane. Like I said, we'll find out when all this is over. I apologize that my memory's not the best, which is weird because people can usually remember stuff that happened decades ago, but when it comes to something much more recent, they can't remember. And I look at the leaderboard at least once a day, just to make sure I don't accidentally delete anything and that everything's supposed to be the way it is. But you know, nobody's perfect. You gotta have a flaw somewhere. And that's my flaw, forgetting the lap times of the cars I just tested. And if you get impatient, you can simply go back to an older video, watch whatever car you want, find out what lap time it got, and then post it in the comments and call me an idiot. Don't actually do that, I have feelings. I'm sure Stig has feelings too, even though you can barely see him, as he goes around the first turn. One of 2 turns, I should say. Corvette handling this like a pro, as always. Like I said, these aren't the fastest cars in the game, but I think they're the best when it comes to looks, especially the 69 Corvette that we tested in the previous episode. That's why you find it in almost every other racing game, especially Mafia 3. I mean, I know that's not technically a racing game, even though you can still do races around New Bordeaux, but they call it the Samson Duke. Duke, 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 Duke of Earl, Duke, Duke, Duke of Earl, Duke, Duke, Duke of Earl, Duke, Duke. I knew a friend in high school that loved singing that song. Eddie DeSapio, if you're watching this, I was going to say endorse, but I meant to say shout out. I want to give you a shout out. I suck at talking today. I do not know why. But like I said, we all have faults. Mine is forgetting the lap times of cars that I've tested and speaking basic English. Making good time through the tunnel at 3:28. Stick still feeling very happy in the Corvette, looking at the aero. I have almost every Chevy in this game. All I got to do is buy the 59 Corvette Stingray racing concept and the 69 Camaro. Other than that, I've got literally every Chevy. And if you count cars from General Motors in general, then you would also have the 78 Firebird. We'll test that as well, but, you know, I got a lot of other cars on my list. There's the Hyundai Genesis that I forgot about, some Toyotas, some Mitsubishis. You definitely got to have at least one Mitsubishi on your list. Correction, you got to have at least 5. They're a lot of fun to drive, especially in real life, but I'm too poor for that, especially with the racing cars, so that's why I do this in here. Okay, maybe we're not going to get in the top 5, but at least we got a very good lap time of 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Yep, 200 mileage points, 20.4 miles. I was going to say 20 and a half, but there's going to be some perfectionists out there that's like, hey, that's not 20 and a half, that's 20.4. Where are we? NSX, Camaro, 458, Viper, Hurricane Viper. Oh, we're in 9th. We got under the DB11. We didn't even beat the Viper. We beat some of them, though. I'll show you. There's the 2002 Viper, as you can see in the N800 section. There's also... Oh, wait. That was the only Viper I beat. The one from 2002. Because here's the... 4th place time, 4:29, set by the 2006 Viper that I painted to look like a Gran Torino in Gran Torino. And then here's 4:31 from the other Viper. You know, it really sucks too, because Corvette and Viper, they've been having a big competition since Dodge launched this car in 1992. I don't think they're in production anymore though, so that's also a bummer for Dodge. But it's unfortunate for Chevy that their newest Corvette could not beat their newest Viper. However, we'll see how the GR4 Hyundai Genesis does in the next episode. See you then.